I see she's in the car. Janela Carrera of the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Good morning, Janela.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Wow, you're ready to go to war with your camo on.
I like the
This is
fact
my ring.
and Janela, I like the fact you're rocking the Academy graduation tassel too.
Trying to blend in with the Guam National Guard. So.
Right on, yeah. Janela, so where are you headed? What's going on this morning with the community mass testing? Go ahead and give it to us.
Yeah, so we're so excited. It's our first day. Really busy. We've got 3 different sites. You know, usually when we plan for something like this, it's just one site, and even at one site, you know, we understand that it's going to be a very busy occasion. But this is 3, and it's unprecedented. We've never done 3 in one day, and let alone for one entire week. So a lot of planning has gone into this. We've been nonstop meeting for the past 4 or 5 days just to plan for this event. It's unprecedented again. So we have up in Jigo Gym in Jigo, we've got the Tees and Fields going, and then the Agate Senior Center in Agate. And it's going to be up to 200 tests per location. And they're all drive-through. So we're actually using, so for the first time, we're using the BinaxNOW, and this is the rapid antigen testing. And so,
Oh, are you okay?
Phone down.
can you guys hear me?
Yes,
yeah,
we can hear you.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's
Okay. Sorry, my phone fell. Okay, so am I still on video?
yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You're good.
Okay. So we're using the rapid antigen testing, and this is the BinaxNOW. This is the one where, you know, for those who were kind of hesitant to do the nasopharyngeal swab where it goes all the way up in your nose, this is for you. This is the one that just goes in your nostril. You do 5 circles in each nostril, and you're done. And you get your results in 15 minutes. And the beauty of this is you actually get your results on site. So you can wait for your results, just wait 15 minutes, and you get your results right then and there. So this is, I mean, we're really excited to be using the BinaxNOW for the first time. So today we're expecting to distribute 600 or do 600 tests all in one day. And again, it's 200 per site. So, I mean, you know, just this is like, it's one of those things where it's 3 mass testing, 3 different locations, and then we're also using for the first time the BinaxNOW. So for public health, you know, we're really just excited to be deploying all of our, you know, these resources, our nursing team, our support team. And today is a beautiful day too. I'm driving around and it's like, wow, it just couldn't be a better day for us to do something like this for our people.
How does it work? So it's drive through. So like for example, the Jigo Gym. So I'll drive in, and then how do you keep the traffic moving? Is there like a waiting area for the 15 minutes?
Yes, you're right. So there's an area. So right after you get your test done, we have them go to an area where they'll park, and we give them their results after 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. So we'll take down their license plate number, and I'm just turning in. Let me just get my phone. We take down their license plate number, and then once their results are pulled, or once their results are ready, once we get the results, whether it's negative or positive, we have someone deliver the results to them, and we don't say the results out loud. We just kind of point what the results are, and we give them a piece of paper that'll tell them what their results are. And then if it's positive, we have a nurse who will actually call them. So that way, you know, we protect their identity as well, their health privacy.
And this is going on all week, Janela, right?
Yes, all week. So from Monday to Friday, it's up to 200 tests. And then for Saturday, it's up to 300 tests. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm parking now, so it'll be a lot easier.
And it's going to be at the same locations all week?
Yes.
Yes. Throughout the week, it'll be at all the same locations.
9 a.m. to 12 noon. The other thing was, I know in the past when
9
we,
a.m. to 12 noon.
in the past, when you did the community testing, they had to register before, right? Call their village mayors. That's not the case this time, right? Or is it? Are you still there?
Yeah, hold on.
No, she might have gotten a phone call.
Sorry, I think you're kind of breaking up a little. I'm going to try to go on my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, before when you had the community testing, I want to say last one we did was like Maritza or somewhere down south, I believe. But you guys were requiring that they call and they register with their mayor's office. Is that the case now, or it's just first come first serve? Okay, so we are having a little bit of a technical
Just a little
issues.
bit, though.
Yeah, just a little. She's
Hi,
she's
sorry.
still there.
Are you guys still there?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Okay.
Did you need me to repeat the question?
Yeah, go ahead, Bree.
Okay, so one of the last community testing, people were asked to register with their mayor's office. Is that the case this time around? Can you hear us? Oh, she's muted.
Oh,
Oh, and
we
lost her. Yeah.
Okay. We'll take a quick break. We're going to try and get Janela back on in the Zoom room. We'll be back with more of The Link on the Breeze 93.9. Good morning, Guam.
Breeze 93.9 FM every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. with simulcast Mondays on TV8 and Tuesdays through Fridays on TV11 from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Chris and Sabrina connect.
Even a small gesture of kindness can brighten a child's day on Christmas. With donations more challenging to deliver, this year, the Salvation Army is in need of your help with their Toys and Joy Drive. Donate new toys or gifts for children and teens anytime between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at their Teton office drop boxes up until December 22nd. You can also drop off your toys to our donation drive-thru in our parking lot in Harmon between 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Giving Tuesday, December 1st. Let's all do our part and dig deep to bring some joy to kids in need this Christmas.
There's nothing that can brighten more spirits than the beauty of Christmas decor and holiday lights. And with our Making Spirits Bright segments brought to you by McDonald's of Guam, KUAM Communications wants to showcase everyone's efforts. Send us photos of your decorations via social media messenger, direct message, or email to promotions@KUAM.com to add to the spirit of the season. Find segments every Friday in December on the social media platforms of KUAM News and showcased in a weekly montage of KUAM News Weekend Edition. Making Spirits Bright is brought to you by McDonald's of Guam.
Top of the day. The KUAM Care Force is calling upon our island community to come together for Giving Tuesday on December 1st for a safe way to help take care of our island family.
On Tuesday, December 1st, stop through our parking lot in Harmon for our donation drive-thru.
We're helping the Salvation Army's holiday campaign. You can drop off your non-perishable food items and gifts for kids and teens to our curbside attendants so we can help ensure your safety.
We'll have holiday entertainment while you wait, refreshments, and other goodies for donors.
And the link will be live on location.
So you can be part of the show.
It's all happening between 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let's get together and show the world that Guam can still come together for good on Giving Tuesday.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Going over the NMI with a little Walter Maglonia. Oh, holy night. 8:15. It's Monday, the 30th day of November. Good morning, and welcome to this episode of The Link on the Breeze 93.9. Let's get back in to the KUM News Zoom room where we were just guessing. Janela, are you an agate?
No, I'm not. I'm actually at Adeloop right now because I need to print some documents for the mass testing, and I need a cutter. So we don't have a cutter at Public Health, so I had to borrow Adeloop's.
You got to put that in your CARES budget.
Yes.
Right.
I got to put in a D-line request.
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you heard my last question about in the past you had to register with your mayor's office for the community testing. Is that the case this time around?
No. So we got rid of that registration process. We wanted to just open this up to the entire community. You know, I think back then when we capped at 200, I think it was 250. The reason we did that at that time was because, you know, when we shifted our focus from the wide community mass testing, I remember back in August, we had like over 1,400 at one point, and it caused delays. And at that time, we didn't have the ability to deliver results on the spot. We were still using, I forgot the name of the machine, but we didn't have the Abbott ID Now. We were still using, I forgot the name of the machine, but it was the one that it took like 3 to 4 or 5 hours to produce results. Mm-hmm. But now we have the ability to produce results in 15 minutes or less. Mm-hmm. So, and also at that time, we shifted our focus on high-risk groups. We wanted to be able to find active cases, but now we're re-strategizing our focus to wider mass testing. And so we are doing away with pre-registration. This is daily testing for at least for this week, beginning this week. After the end of this week, we'll regroup again, see how well, this is sort of like a pilot to see how well this week goes. And then we'll regroup, we'll discuss how well it went. And the goal is actually we want to be able to continue to do this on a weekly basis. But if it's we want to see if this is a really good use of our resource, if we have a good showing, if we get a good amount of people showing up, or if it's something that we will just do maybe every other day as opposed to a daily thing. So depending on the turnout this week, we'll decide if this is going to be a daily thing, maybe every other day, maybe a weekly thing, so, or once a week type of thing. So we're not doing the pre-registration, we're just opening it up. If you want to come, whether or not you have symptoms, you don't have to register, just bring your picture ID.
Mm-hmm. I was on the HHS website last week when we first heard about the BinaxNOW tests, and it said that 50,000 of these test kits, these rapid test kits, were allocated for Guam, but we had heard that we received 30. So how much did we actually get?
We did. We received 30,000 tests, and that was, I want to say, about a month ago or less than a month ago when we first received the tests for the BinaxNOW, and we are anticipating to receive more. I think the next allocation is going to be around 20,000. I'm not sure on the exact number, but we are anticipating to receive more after the initial 30,000. Mm-hmm.
And so the tests that we're doing this whole week. So how many? Because I know we spoke with Dr. Ho Win, and they were looking at this recommendation by the Surgeon Cell to use some of those BinaxNOW rapid test kits for arrivals into the airport to hopefully kind of switch things up in the strategy over GIAA to test arrivals into Guam, especially as we head into the holiday season, and we may be seeing returning Guam residents wanting to spend time with their families. Is that what some of these test kits are going to be used for?
Yeah, so 30,000 is a lot of tests. So even if we continue to use it for daily mass testing, we're definitely still going to have a lot of tests left over. And so that's still in discussion. Because initially when we received the BinaxNOW, the recommendation for BinaxNOW was for symptomatic patients. Mm-hmm. It was a point of care. Right. So our initial strategy or our goal for the BinaxNOW was for symptomatic patients, it would be distributed to clinics and urgent care clinics. So that was the goal for the BinaxNOW. But we decided to re-strategize. And what the governor actually wanted was, in light of the idea that she wanted people to be able to avail of tests without having to worry about costs. And so she wanted public health to be able to just provide, in addition to our Northern Health Clinic, provide testing to the people of Guam. And so we went ahead and started planning for mass testing, whether it was a 3 times a week or a daily type of thing. Then we had that meeting with Dr. Birx and the U.S. Surgeon General, who noted that the use of antigen testing is actually more beneficial even on asymptomatic patients. Initially, the thought process was it should only be used on symptomatic patients. But with Dr. Birx's recommendation that using antigen tests, even on asymptomatic patients, is a lot more beneficial. So we decided we'll use our BinaxNOW tests for our mass testing as well. So we went ahead and re-strategized from the initial goal of using that for symptomatic patients and distributing it to clinics as a point of care, to now using it for mass testing, since we have 30,000 of it. With Dr. Wynn's recommendation to use it at the airport, that is still something that we are going to be discussing, especially now that we are anticipating more of the BinaxNOW after the initial 30,000 shipment of the BinaxNOW.
Hey, Janela, so a few weeks ago we had Dr. Ann and Annette on, and they were talking about, because we had been asking, when are we going to do another mass testing? And they had said that they didn't believe at that point that mass testing was a valuable tool. Was it the acquisition of these Binax testing kits that kind of changed that train of thought, because now we can get the results quicker? Or have we reached the...
I think it's a number of factors. I think it's, now that we have the BinaxNOW, we have 30,000 of it, meeting with Dr. Birx, meeting with the Surgeon General, their recommendations to use the rapid testing for serial testing, mass testing, and also the governor's initiative to make mass testing available for the public, so that, anytime anyone wants to get tested, it's available to them, and not just on a limited basis. At Northern, you have to have an appointment. At one of the clinics, sometimes it's a little difficult to get an appointment, or there may be costs associated with it, whether you have insurance or not. So those factors combined led, public health to come up with, this type of initiative of mass testing on a daily basis and making it available to the people of Guam in this type of capacity.
Nice.
So are we still, or is public health still moving forward with the rapid engagement team that initiative, or are we moving away from that and going with the mass testing?
So that is still something that we are discussing and looking at. Although, of course, right now it's on hold because we put a lot of our resources into mass testing. But it's not completely done away with. You know, it's still something that we are discussing because we realize that there are still some hot spots in you know, in our island. But we are right now focusing on, of course, as you can see, mass testing. A lot of our resources are put into this. But, you know, it's still something that we do plan to do. You know, rapid engagement, the key word there is rapid, right? So of course it's, you know, you identify an area and you mobilize rapidly. So it may not be necessarily called rapid in the future. It may be one of those things where we identify a hotspot area and, you know, start putting our resources together to go to those key areas. And it may be more of a small scale type of mobilization where we go in, we, you know, engage with the community on a smaller scale basis. And if it's needed, then we can deploy a larger scale type of mobilization.
I also just want to follow up on something that I had asked you about last week regarding the Southern Regional Medical Center in Inarajan, and because Dr. Ann said that, it may be reopening soon. What update can you provide?
So the initial issue that we had, which really caused it to close down, was the air conditioning unit went down. That took some time to fix because a lot of the parts you couldn't find on island. So we had to order the parts. We were able to do that. It's an issue of ensuring that the thermostat is working properly. And then on top of that, because the AC was down for so long, we had to do some renovation to the clinic inside. So we did do that as well. And then we had to do some decon inside there, make sure that it was properly sanitized. So a lot of that's been finished. But also, even with the renovation and the cooling being done, we needed to ensure that we had the proper manpower to be able to operate the Southern Clinic, because a lot of our resources were placed at our Northern Clinic. But this is also now why we have the daily mass testing, and we have in the South, we ensured that we have one down south, which is in Agate. And so we're going to see how things work out this week. And if we're going to continue with the daily mass testing on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, it may just stay that way. We'll see. And if it doesn't work out that way, we may just reopen Southern Clinic and move some of our nurses and our manpower to the South.
Hey, Janela, a little...
our Southern Clinic, rather.
Little subject change here, but I wanted to follow up on the construction clusters. We had got a message from a construction worker out of Cortec, and basically this person was expressing disappointment in the way that they say the positives at the barracks are being isolated and quarantined, you know, kind of saying that they didn't think the system was up to specs. Has public health gone and done any inspections at any of these construction barracks, whether it's Cortec or Black Construction? Any follow-up?
You know, we do continue to monitor Cortec and Black Construction, and we are actually continuing to test. So I'm not too sure what the complaint is. I'd have to look into that. But our understanding is that they have their own, they also have their own system for monitoring as well. We continue to communicate and work with Cortec and Black Construction in terms of monitoring, ensuring that their positive cases are properly isolated, and their negatives and close contacts are separately quarantined. But I'd have to look into, that particular complaint. I'm not sure what the circumstances
There's
are.
basically saying that people who go between the negative area and the positive area aren't wearing the PPEs and just stuff like that. Just basically saying that they don't feel like the isolation measures are up to standard. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we can look into that.
Are we getting any closer to lifting the ban on construction?
The most latest let me see. So we've actually already cleared a lot of, here we go. We've cleared a lot of the construction companies that have applied for clearance. So a lot of them are operating. We have so far approved 307 for clearance. So 307 have already been authorized to operate. And we're continuing to receive applications. But until we can ensure that Black Construction and Cortec, that all of their positive cases are cleared and that there's no longer an outbreak or no longer a cluster going on there, I think that's probably when we'll feel safe to lift that directive.
So are Cortec and Black Construction, have they been cleared to resume operations?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that?
Cortec and Black, have they been cleared to resume operations?
Sorry, say that again.
Cortec and Black Construction, have they been cleared to resume operations?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Not until all their positive cases have been cleared, until all their positive cases have been cleared and everything is good to go. But right now they're still experiencing, they still have positive cases.
Right, yeah. What about the vaccine?
What about it?
Where are we with the vaccination plan?
We have submitted our plan. We're still finalizing it based on the feedback that we received from the CDC. We've drafted sort of like a, based on, so we go into meetings regularly with the CDC. This is like a almost on an every other day type of thing. We've identified those that need to be part of the planning committee. We also have, and this changes, it changes constantly, but based on some of the initial recommendations from the CDC, the distribution is pretty much, it's pretty much set in stone as far as who is set to receive the initial doses of the vaccine. But as far as when we're going to receive it, how many we're going to receive, that one is constantly changing. Initially we were supposed to receive it in November, then that changed to possibly December, but that may also change to perhaps maybe January. So maybe December, maybe January. We were supposed to receive an initial shipment of about 2,000. That may be doubled to 4,000. And then as far as which vaccine we're supposed to receive, we don't know yet if it's going to be the Pfizer one or the Moderna, or it may be even both. And then as far as storage, the Pfizer one is going to be a little bit more difficult to store because it requires the ultra cold freezer, but we're still trying to figure out, in terms of storage, how we're going to do that, because that's a little bit more difficult to store. So it's constantly changing, but we are always, our immunization not doctor, but Annette Uggan, she's really busy, just constantly in meetings with the team, sometimes in the wee hours of the morning, late at night. So we're really relying on her to get the ball rolling on the vaccination plan.
All right. And just one last thing was, I think it was last week we talked about the EMTs that were going to be brought on with Department of Public Health, and I know we were waiving the chauffeur's license requirement. But you had said something about these EMTs eventually migrating over to the Guam Fire Department in some way. Is that still accurate? And what else can you tell us about that process, if that's what's
so
going
actually I did get some clarification on that.
Okay.
And so so initially that would be an ideal type of situation, is to get them onto Guam Fire once CARES Act funding is completed or done. But that is actually not something that could be statutorily done, because we don't have something in law written for that to happen. In order for you to become part of Guam Fire, you'd actually have to go through the Fire Academy training and the national certification. So what we would like to do is just keep them on at Public Health, and but we do plan on trying to get them certified through the national certification process. As far as the chauffeur's license, we did ask for a waiver, but only because of the urgent need to keep them on. But we do eventually plan on getting them the chauffeur's license while they're with us. So it's not like it's going to be waived indefinitely. While they're with us, we'll eventually get them their chauffeur's license. It's just it's a temporary waiver that we were seeking.
Would they be hired at the regular EMT pay, like the same as the people who have the chauffeur's license? Do you know?
That part I'm not sure. I think that's being worked out through DOA.
Okay.
That's part of the CARES Act, and that is something that DOA is handling as far as pay.
Any fines?
It's
fees?
based on a pay scale.
Any
Sorry?
fines, penalties issued that you're aware of?
I know that on Thanksgiving Day we didn't issue any. I haven't followed up yet since. I got to follow up with our environmental health team to see if we've actually issued any fines or citations. I know we did on Thanksgiving Day, we did receive one complaint, but that didn't result in any citations or fines that were issued. But since then, I haven't heard of anything yet, but I'll follow up with them to find out if anything was issued.
Appreciate that, Janela. Well, good luck today.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll see
Thank
you.
you. We need it.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Thank
We'll
you,
see you.
guys.
Okay. 8:38. Quick break. Lillian Posadas, hospital administrator, is next, right here on the Link, the Breeze, 93.9.
The holidays